So here we are in Decentraland, standing outside Sotheby's auction house's digital location within the Decentraland metaverse. Decentraland is on chain. There's my avatar there. It is on blockchain, and we're going to be very briefly exploring the auction house. Now, as we run up to it, we can see that there's a doorman there. We can speak and interact with the doorman. He's offering us to accommodate us within the space and location. It is actually modelled in an interesting way on the Bond Street, London location. So we walk through the main lobby. In the foyer, you can see the different galleries, the different aesthetics and architecture there. And we move to what is describing the exhibition at the moment, Jay-Z versus Derek Adams. Now, the exhibition is showing NFTs that are available to be purchased. You can see them on the walls there. You can interact with them should you wish. We're going to go into the next gallery straight ahead here, and we're going to see a little bit more about the two individuals. So initially we can see a little bit of information about Derek Adams there, and a little bit more context for the exhibition. We can then move across and look at Jay-Z and see his information there. So you're in a virtual space, and we are looking at a commercial business model where everything that's on the wall is for sale to some degree. Now we're going to move and have a quick look at how we actually move through from spectator to purchaser through perhaps this NFT here. This is an NFT by the New Zealand artist Simon Denny. We click on it to interact, and then it pops up with an ability for us to go to a web page that is dedicated to the auction of that particular digital asset. We migrate out of Decentraland, and this then loads up the Sotheby's record of this NFT and its transaction. You can log in and you can purchase it effectively. So it's a kind of a pretty seamless interface between the metaverse ecosystem and the physical sales channel here. The information is available there, description, provenance, and all that relevant information. So it gives you an interface where you can move from the blockchain-based Decentraland metaverse into a Web2 effectively static website to purchase the object in question. Now, if we get out of this website, we can then find ourselves back in Decentraland and the Sotheby's metaverse, and we can then run our way all the way back out the gallery doors and find our way going back outside to through the lobby into the outside. So this is just a sense of what Decentraland can do and what it looks like as we move away and say goodbye to our friend from the front door. This platform is called OnCyber, and we're in the Gagosian gallery location within the OnCyber metaverse. This is blockchain based, and you can see there are two galleries. There's one at 976 Madison Avenue and one at 980 Madison Avenue. And again, these are modelled on the physical locations of the Gagosian gallery in New York. As we move close to the first one, we press E to enter and to engage with it, and it will allow us to access the gallery space in a moment. This platform has works by an artist, a very well-known contemporary artist called Takashi Murakami. So he is represented by the gallery. He is a very popular and very highly sought-after contemporary artist, Japanese artist. And we're zooming around the room, we can see the different works that are on offer. Now, intriguingly and slightly different from the Sotheby's Decentraland metaverse, we don't have the opportunity to interact with these works on the wall. They are static effectively, which is part and parcel, I think, of the differences between perhaps the auction mechanism and the primary sales mechanism that is undertaken by galleries such as this one. In other words, you need to inquire about the work in order to potentially have access to purchasing it. So there's just an interesting relationship between the offline and the online art world. And we go back out to the lobby. We then move to the second space to explore it. This is 980 Madison. If you click in there, you move into that space in the OnCyber platform. And this is a slightly more expansive space. It has a little bit more what you might perhaps refer to as stereotypical works by this artist. We go through the hallway there, and we turn left, and we can find ourselves in a room with some interesting, what appear to be ceramics on the wall. As we look up quite close, the detail is quite rendered quite nicely. Bit of three-dimensionality with them. And there again, we don't have the possibility of inquiring or pressing E and engaging with them. So they're really just positioned there for us to view as onlookers. We move through the space. I love NFT, of course. And then as we go down the stairways, you can see a work by Murakami there, sitting very, very typical work by him on the wall there. And we go downstairs to the room that has the most typical works by Murakami. And this is a lot of work for sale. And you can see that this is very much his aesthetic. It's a style called super flat, which he has championed. And suffice to say, these works would all be for sale, but us as a casual observer in the space, we don't have the facility to click on a button to transact them. So it is just I think an interesting relationship between, I guess, the online and the offline gallery trade. As we move into, you can get a slightly different aesthetic going on there. So this is OnCyber. We've seen Decentraland. Both of them are metaverses. Both of them are entertaining traditional art market organizations, but they're also equally dealing with and transacting all sorts of cultural artifacts, not just static or three-dimensional works of fine art. And our third and final metaverse walkthrough is Roblox. Now, Roblox is not embedded within a blockchain. It's a virtual world, and we'll be exploring a particular location within Roblox, Gucci Town. It's interesting to see brands inhabiting locations within metaverses, and Gucci Town is one of Gucci's 2 locations. They also have a location in the Sandbox, which is another on-chain metaverse. You can see I'm entering into Gucci Town now, getting updates, and this is where we land. And so it's a three-dimensional realm. You can see all the information, the live updated information there. I'm going to walk myself towards the Gucci Vault, which is a marketing and education location within the space. So it's an area where I'm able to learn a little bit about the history of particular Gucci products. They have a range of bags here. Once again, you interact by pressing E, and it gives you, once you do so, it gives you a bit of information about the particular vintage nature of that particular handbag, and it gives you a sense a little bit more about what the historical legacy of that brand might be. As with all good metaverse experiences, there is a commercial component too. So as my avatar runs towards the shop, you can see in the distance, it really is a location for transactions. And I'll show you an example of the things that you can do within the shop location. So we walk into the shop, and I look to the left, and you can see there's some information here. They're telling us about their ethos. And if you look to the left, you can see some information. So you can see products, what it might look like in real life three-dimensional store. They have furniture for me to perhaps sit in. I'm able to sit and feel relaxed as a consumer within their shop ecosystem. And when I leave my chair, I'm then able to go to a location where I can purchase. I can make in-game effectively purchases. Now, Robux is the native currency for Roblox. So I'm looking at what I can purchase. Maybe I'll purchase a hat, or I look to purchase a hat. That's going to cost me 85 Robux, Gucci branded. And I click on go buy Robux, and it immediately transports me to a payment service. I can choose how I'd like to pay, and I get 400 Robux for £4.49. On this occasion, I'm not going to be buying a hat for my avatar, so they'll have to wait for that transaction. But it's an opportunity where brands are able to derive business from the metaverse environment. As we move out, you can see this perpetual location does have many different people playing whilst I'm in here, so there is a sense that there's a growing community. That was our final location within this exploration of metaverses, and I do hope that this has given you a sense of some of the different organisations, some of the different products that have been developed within this space. As I said, there are many different metaverses that you can access. So this is just a quick, breezy run through of three that I find particularly interesting.